Bless Squad, what's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy, Blessed Applesauce here to bless y'all with another video here on Blessed to Invest. And today we're here to talk about a very important topic, one that comes up a lot. And the question is, how often should you apply for a new credit card? A lot of people in this society today, they're either very big on credit cards or very just, no, I don't want any debt. I don't want a heavy credit. Credit is bad. I want to stay away from it as much as possible. So we have these two camps here of which is the better lifestyle. We have the Dave Ramsey of the world. I'm quite sure you've heard a lot about him. He says, cut up your credit cards, never use any debt, pay cash for your house, and just do everything with cash. Really, that doesn't make a lot of sense in today's society. Spending $400,000 on a property, as you've seen interest rates going crazy, the housing market is going crazy. It just doesn't make sense to buy everything with cash. So it's very important to have credit. So the people in this camp, they're like, okay, let's get a credit card. Let's do this. How often should you apply for one? And my answer to this is going to be very layered with a lot of if-then statements. But in simplest terms, simply, you should apply for them as often as you can hit the spend amount, the spend limit on these cards. A lot of time, really 95, for majority of the time, when you're applying for these credit cards, they're going to have welcome bonuses. They're going to give you a free $200 when you sign up, a free $50, free $1,000, depending on what card you're going for. And as long as you're able to hit the spend requirements, let's say spend $1,000 to make an extra 200, spend $4,000 to make an extra 700, 1,000, or whatever. As long as you can hit that in the 3 months or whatever allotted time they give you, you can really open up credit cards as much as you like. There's a notion out there that opening up more lines of credit is bad for your credit. Really, that's not the case. When you're closing credit cards, when you are not active on your credit cards, you're showing creditors that you don't either have credit or you don't know how to use credit. Either way, that looks bad. So when you're looking to get a new house or a new car, people that are checking your credit want to see you have a lot of different credit avenues. You have this credit card, you have Chase, you have Discover, you have American Express, and they can be like, oh, he has relationships with all these banks and they're responsible with this money. So that shows creditors, okay, you have a history, you've done this before. And if we give you $20,000, you're a good steward of your money. So really staying away from credit cards isn't the game. We want to open them up as much as possible and really hit it when you can make those spend requirements. So there's a couple of caveats with this. I want to preface this with saying, hit the like button. Of course, you got to hit the like button. But people that are bad with money, I don't recommend this. You should not be opening up 50 different credit cards just to get out of your debt. You should not be opening 50 million credit cards just to hit a spend requirement to pay bills. This should just be an added bonus to your life. If you don't know how to budget and you don't know how to manage your money, I'm going to put a video up here. I probably need to do a couple more in this series of how to budget, how to manage your money, because that's one problem there. This is just about building your credit and building your line and doing it as much as possible so to build it quickly. So with the credit cards, the best thing you want to do, and I'm looking at my notes here because I wrote a couple of things down. The best thing you want to do is start off with the no annual fee card. So if you are brand new to the credit game and you haven't really started to build credit, you want to go for those beginner basic cards first. They're going to be a lot of the no annual fee cards. They're going to be the student cards. Think of cards like the Discover It, the Chase Freedom Flex. You're going to go for like the American Express Blue Every Day. You're going to go for like the City Double Cash. You're going to go for really simple intro level cards. They're going to have no annual fees. You can use them forever. And they have pretty standard welcome bonuses. Off the top of my head, I know Discover It has a $50 welcome bonus as soon as you sign up. You sign up, and then you just spend any amount of money. You can spend like $1 on there, and they're going to give you the $50. So that's great. Chase is like when you spend $500, you get $200 back. So the reason why you want to get these intro level cards first as a beginner is because you want to build a base. You want to build a base of credit so you can start to get those upper tier cards. With these base cards, these are cards you're going to keep forever. So once you set up your profile, let's say your first card is Discover, your second card is Chase, your third card is American Express, you have a good foundation of cards that can stay with you as you continue on your credit journey. So these are cards you're never gonna get rid of. You're gonna keep them on your balance forever, as long as you have credit. You're gonna pay them off every month. You're gonna leave a balance of 0 at the end of the month, and these are just gonna be cards when you go to the bank, when you go to apply for loans and stuff like that. People say, "Oh, you have good credit. You've been able to handle these base level cards for 10-20 years successfully. We know you can manage money, etc., etc." So you're going to keep the utilization low. And if you're not familiar with how to keep your credit up, I also made a video to that as well. Make sure you go check that out. But those are the 5 cards, your nice base you're going to build. So let's say you build a base of 5 cards. Those are for beginners. So after that, you've opened up a handful of cards. This is probably going to go on for about let's say a good year of you opening cards. I really don't recommend starting out you opening cards out like every single week. Start with one card. Let's say you do the Discover. Right now it's April, so you open the Discover right now in April. Wait till like June. Give yourself like 2 months to open a second card up. Give yourself until like August, September to open the third card up. And the reason why I say this as a new person that's getting credit, a lot of times creditors will look at that and say, "Oh, they're brand new. Maybe they're trying to escape the country, or they're taking out too much money." So give yourself a little bit of time to build up a history before you go and take out a lot of different cards, because you can do that soon. But at the beginning, I recommend just to start slow so creditors can get a feel of who you are, how you manage money, and you're not one of these spendthrifts that's going to go out and spend $3,000 on Gucci and Louis and all this stuff and not going to pay it back. So start slow. And then when you get comfortable with that base, when you build the base, then you can go in and apply for a couple of cards at a time, which is just fine. So when you get a little bit more experience, you can start to go for these annual fee cards. And with the annual fee cards, you really need to see, how is this benefiting me? Because when you're paying $100 a month, $100 a year, or $500 a year, or $750 a year, whatever the card for the annual fee, whatever the fee for the annual, whatever the fee is for that particular card you have, you need to make sure you're getting some type of added benefit that you can't get from the no annual fee cards. So a lot of times, for example, I'm trying to think of a card I have, the Wells Fargo Active Cash gives 2% back on all your purchases. The Double Cash gives 2% back on all your purchases. These are no annual fee cards. So you need to find something that is an annual fee card that's going to give you more than 2%. That's really the bare bone basic you're going to get from a card, 2% on your cards for no annual fee. So when you're getting these fee cards, make sure you can find something that gives you maybe 5% back or 10% back. And when you are doing your calculation, let's say you're spending $500 a year, make sure the added benefit they're giving you is $700 a year, $1,000 a year, $2,000 a year. And this is where you're going to have to do a little bit of calculations where, am I hitting those spend requirements where I'm making $2,000 on this card and I'm only paying $500 a year, or I'm able to stay at different hotels every year, because some cards don't just give pure cash benefits. Sometimes they give perks. So make sure you're using the perks that you're getting. And this is something you're really going to figure out for your personal life. Do you like taking trips often? Do you like taking that yearly trip and this card can offer you a free yearly trip? Or do you like getting cash back and this card offers you 10% back on everywhere you go? Or maybe you like to take Ubers often and this particular card just has great Uber benefits. So you need to figure out what card benefits you the most when you're going into the annual fee route. I know it's a great card. For me, I have my Capital Venture. It's $100 annual fee, but I spent a lot of money on this particular card every month. So the added benefit of spending $100 a month and then getting the bonus of just spending all the money on there really starts to add up. So with that, I can translate those points into free travel points. I could transfer it into free hotel stays. So at the end of the year, the $100 is really an added benefit. So make sure you calculate that when you're choosing between those annual fee cards. Figure that out, and you should be just fine. So moral of the story, you can apply for credit cards as much as you like, as long as you're able to hit those minimum spends. Your credit is in good shape. And if you're starting out, just make sure you take it a little slow, and then you can ramp it up after you build credit. Last but not least, I definitely recommend, if you're going to like buy a house or you're looking to go into like an expensive purchase, you should take your time and slow down a little bit on the credit cards, because when you're looking at a bank and they want to give you a $500,000 loan on a property, they don't want to see you're taking out 50 million credit cards. It's easier just to chill on that for like a couple of months until you get approved for the loan, and then you can go back to getting your welcome bonuses and stuff. Just one caveat to be aware of. But that's going to wrap it up for the video today. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comment section down below. And it's been your boy, Blessed Applesauce. Stay blessed. And I'm going to see y'all next time on Blessed to Invest.
Just to see tomorrow is a blessing. Stay prayed up is the message. Everything about a nigga blessed. Everything about a nigga blessed.